Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome to Car Thoughts Episode 2, Part 2. I wanted to put this out this last week. However, unfortunately, I figured that the video was going to be way too long, and so I decided, you know what, we're going to redo it. So, the last time we were talking about cars, car thoughts, car talk cathartic, that's exactly right. Last episode we were talking about how much I love cars. I love cars. So I'm going to say this right now. This is part 2, but I'm not going to tell you what other part we're going to end on. We're going to keep doing parts. We're going to do part 3, probably part 37. Let's say that. Why? There's so much to talk about cars. Like, legit, I'm going to tell you guys a story right now. Just as like a quick little thing. And I'm going to end the video just because I want to get these a little bit quicker so we can get a lot more of them out. But there's going to be a lot of stories I'm going to be telling about racing, about crashes, about all these different things. But today I'm going to be talking about this one car that I had. So I served 2 years of volunteer service down in Brazil. When I came home, I really needed to get a job and I needed to get a car. But I thought, how am I going to get a car without a job? So I got a job first. A month later, I got a car that was a 2010 Mazda 3. I talked about it in the last video. Specs on it, 2.5 liter, you know, it was a stick, so it was a lot of fun. However, I had it for a good little bit. I had it for a good 4 months, 5 months. It was stick, so it was fun, but I figure this is probably the reason why I had to get rid of it. So I only had it for a couple months, and here's why. So, you know, living the single life, it's kind of a hard, it's a hard game, I'm not gonna lie. So I've been going out, not that often, but I do go out on dates every now and again. And at one point, I remember I went on a date to this place. It's like right around the point of the mountain. And it's about a half-hour drive there. It's, yeah, 25, half hour. So to get there, it's like a good little incline all the way up to the point of the mountain. And as I'm driving, I kind of noticed something that's kind of going on with the car. Since I've had the car, I had a couple of different things happen with it. The clutch isn't right. It's front-wheel drive, so if you shift too quick, you'll spin out the tires and you'll more than likely stall depending on how you kind of react to it. So there's a lot going on with this car. And up until this point, I haven't had anything major happen besides like a fuse blowing because I'm trying to get bass boosted stereo. I don't know. So going up to the point of the mountain, and as I'm driving around, I take the last turn up until I go around the point, and all of a sudden I see just this blue smoke coming out of the back of my car. And my date's right here. I'm clearly right here as I'm driving, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck? I'm seeing it like all throughout the back. I'm in the carpool lane. There's one person following, not super close to me, but she's fairly close to me. And all of a sudden I see her, and then just quickly get out of the lane. And as this happens, the date that I'm with, rest in peace, didn't work out, but you know, I'm better off anyway. So, in doing that, she was like, what's going on? What's happening? I'm like, I don't know, there's something blue coming out of my freaking exhaust. So I shift out of gear, and keep in mind, I'm in 6th gear. There's 6 gears into my car. So I shift out of 6th gear, and I slowly pull off to the side. I'm like, alright, since I pulled out of gear, there's not going to be anything there. We're going to be fine. So, I checked it again. I was 1st gear, okay, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, totally fine. We're just chilling. And I get into the 6th gear, it starts going again. I'm like, no, what's going on? Shift back into 5th gear. And at this point, the engine's revving pretty high, and it's kind of like scary. Because when the engine revs, depending on like because I've had this, at this point I had the car for about 3 months. And I'm just getting used to driving stick again after a couple years of not driving at all. And as I'm driving it, oh my gosh, legit, the car, it's revving so high. I'm like, hey, I gotta go back into 6th gear. So I go back into 6th gear, and when I get back into 6th gear, it happens again, and then it stops. my date, she's like, what is happening? What is going on? Is everything okay? And I'm like, it looks like it's fine for right now. So we're just gonna roll with how it's going. It looks like it's going okay. So she's like, okay, yeah, it's okay, don't worry. And in doing that, literally the entire night it was in the back of my head. We went to go see a movie, we went to go get ice cream and stuff. The entire time it was in the back of my head. And I'm like, what could be the freaking cause of this? Because it's a stick, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that a lot of people who don't know how to drive stick, the person that I had the car before me, she wasn't really the best at driving stick. She was learning on this car. Actually got into an accident in this car. Crazy, I know. That's why I got it for super cheap and why I was able to buy it. So people who are just learning how to drive the car, just kind of getting the feel of it, what they'll do is when they're shifting, sometimes they'll put the clutch in too far and they won't take the foot off the gas. So it'll just rev the engine super high. When that does that, it pushes the pistons really, really quick. And I kind of noticed that when I started to drive because I was trying to get it back into the rhythm of driving a stick. So I had that a good number of times. But apparently what happens to get that blue smoke, you need oil in your car, right? Oil lubricates the pistons, so then it's just on a constant type of drip, I think? I don't know, something like that. I need to figure out how like all this works. But I feel like it'd be like on the constant drip, so then the oil just like, make sure that it's going at a high temperature, because if you don't have oil, at some point the cylinders are just gonna stick, the pistons are gonna stick inside the cylinder, and your engine's just gonna die. That's period. So apparently what happened is like the thing that holds the pistons in, like helps hold it in, are these little piston rings. After a while, they start to wear down. And so I guess it finally got to that point of like when it turned blue, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna blow one. They just destroyed my exhaust with blue smoke. So the reason why it turned blue is because the oil slipped through the piston ring and went up into the combustion chamber. The combustion chamber does, it sparks in a little bit of gas. The other side has a spark plug, and it blows it up, which pushes the piston back down. And so when it blew back down, as it comes back up, the exhaust is being pushed out, but part of that exhaust are fumes of the oil. So that's why it turned blue. Yeah. I think it was maybe, not even a month later. I told my parents about this maybe a week after it happened, because I didn't want to freak them out, like right off the bat. But when I told them, they were like, all right, you're getting rid of this car. I'm like, dang it, okay. So another 2 weeks goes by, I'm looking for cars, and I find one, my new 2018 Nissan Altima. That's what I have now. I love it. So far, so good with that one. I sold that car in a day though, because I sold it for basically what the loan was worth. I already paid off like a good, I don't even know how much. I think it was like a good $500-600 on it, and that was like $200 or $300 outside of my loan. Because around the time that I got it, you know, stuff happens where you need to just like get like a tiny little loan to start you off, and then you can just keep building. But yeah, scary process of having a freaking rebranded title. Never get a branded title. Never. Like, you never know what's going into it. The people that came and checked the car when they bought it, they were like, oh yeah, this tire's different, and this little thing is like missing. There's like a little shell in your wheel well that apparently like it keeps the bumper in place. And also keeps all the stuff on the inside looking good, so there's no extra dust, no anything. That was gone. Yeah, it was not a good time. Yeah, got rid of that car immediately. And yeah, that's my little spiel on the blue exhaust smoke from my car. This is only part 2. I'm going to be going into like part 3, part 4. Probably not for another little bit, because there are other topics, other stories that I want to get into. Like and subscribe to the video, comment on the video what you liked, what you disliked, and follow me everywhere, @CoolGuy106 is going to be right here, or right there, or right there. It sucks because I have to edit all those in, and yeah, it takes me a good second to do all of that. But thankfully, I figured out a method, so we're fine. We're chilling. But yeah, have a good one, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.